my channel. If you are new here, I am True for True. Welcome to my channel. If you are not new, thank you for returning. I appreciate you. I love you guys. So today we're gonna be making a cake, as you can tell by the title already. Now I am not new to making and decorating cakes, but this is just a fun outlet that I like to do in my spare time when it's somebody's birthday. Not just in my spare time, but when there's a birthday, I like to enjoy making the cake. So this is me decorating my husband's birthday cake. Now we went with a Kobe themed Lakers. He likes the Lakers, he likes Kobe. 24, put it together, make a cake, that type of stuff. So this is what we did. It didn't really come out how I wanted it to, but it was still nice. It was decent. I give it that. So I hope y'all enjoy this little video that I put together for y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching and supporting me on my journey. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and enjoy the video. So I was contemplating whether or not I should do a voiceover, but why not? Let me walk y'all through this cake thing a little bit. So what I did was put a little icing on the first layer of cake, made a dome looking thing because that is cream cheese, which is why I have two different piping bags. I have cream cheese filling, and you smooth it off the best way you can. Now we are icing the second layer, putting a first layer of icing first, then a little dome thing again, and cream cheese. I did a little bit too much cream cheese in it, but hey, a little icing ain't never hurt nobody. Now what I'm about to do is what you call a crumb coat. A crumb coat is to keep all of the crumbs in place for when you actually have to decorate the cake for the other layer of icing. So I will be doing 2 layers of icing so the cake can be smooth and neat and well put together. Now, as y'all can tell, I'm not actually using a cake smoother because I don't like the way that it works. I find that this method works a little bit easier and smoother for me. This is actually a putty knife that I am using. I know a lot more cake artists use this same tool because it's just beautiful. So now we are smoothing off the cake, smoothing the layer so that you can have a nice base layer for when you are about to decorate your cake. Now this first layer doesn't have to be extremely smooth, but I like that it's smooth for me because it makes it easier, and I think I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, so hence why I am going around the cake so many times. And you fill in any little areas which you feel needs a little help, and you smooth off the edges. Yeah, it's a process, but if you don't have patience, you probably don't want to do cakes. It's fun for me because I like to use my hands. So this is how I do it. Now I am taking it off of the spin board so I can glue it down to the actual cake board, so when I'm decorating I wouldn't have to take it on and off and the cake messes up. So now is a great time to put it on the cake board itself. So now we are actually decorating the cake for real this time. This is my second layer of icing that I'm using so it can be the cake. Okay. Now some people don't use piping bags to icing the cake the first or second time, but I find that it makes it easier. Some people use like just a spatula and put it on, like how I put on the top icing. And now we're gonna go over it with our putty knife and smooth it off like I did the crumb coat. Now what I'm doing here, I am taking off the excess icing off the top of the cake. I'm dipping a metal spatula into hot water and smoothing it off that way. That way works very, 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 very good. Now, like I said, this is a Laker themed cake. So I mix some purple and yellow gold icing and did spots on the cake, so that I can smooth it off and it can have that effect. Now the reason I did the spots and not a piping bag was so that I can have a watercolor effect, and I wanted it to still have some white in it and not just be all purple and gold. So this is an easier method that I use to make it a watercolor effect. And like I said, you can go over this as many times as you need to, because baby, it's a cake and we need it to look good, okay? Now I am attempting drip. Drip is not my favorite part of doing a cake. It gives me a hard time, and this one gave me a very, very hard time. So this is me attempting to make a nice drip. As you can see, my drip was running down the cake and it was making a big mess. Now this typically happens when your cake is either not frozen enough or your chocolate is not warm enough, or it's too warm. It can be a lot of different reasons as to why your drip is not working, but today it just gave me a hard time. Now I forgot to mention that when you're doing your cakes, you have to work with frozen cakes because it gives you better results and it's smoother and easier to work with. So after you have baked your cake, you let it rest for about 20 minutes and then you saran wrap it and put it in the freezer until you are ready to work with your cake. So now that I have attempted to work with my drip, I am now trying to put a little gold dust on it. This is edible gold dust, and I'm painting it on to the drip. You have to mix the gold dust with either liquor or some almond or lemon extract flavoring for the alcohol to, mix it together and make it look good. Now, I am no expert at all, so this is just what I find works for me, and this is my little tutorial of how I made the cake. So please do not bash me in the comments. This is what I do. And of course, we had to have our little helper. She loves to help. Whatever I'm doing, she wants to help. So I let her help where she can. Now it's time for me to put on the toppers on the cake. Now, this part, I don't know why it gave me so much hell, because this is supposed to be the easiest part of the cake. But this is the reason why I didn't love the cake, because of the placement of the toppers. This really makes a difference on how your cake will turn out to be. As simple as it may sound, it makes a difference, I promise. The cake that I did is very, very small. It's 6 inches, 3 layers with cream cheese filling and Swiss meringue icing. all around the cake. This is the final products of the cake. Let me know if you like the cake and the video. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye.